Welcome in once again, guys. We're here to feed that Yu-Gi-Oh cardboard addiction, guys. You guys already know we have Mo Charmy Meows. The cat Mo Charmy is getting destroyed in price. This card is now a 30 piece. When we were talking about it, was a 40 piece. And yeah, volume is coming in as it makes new all-time lows because there's a lot of Billy Bobs out there. They don't know the reason why, the fundamentals behind it. Sure, a lot of people may think, hey, it's falling out of favor, it's not being used next format, there's that in the third. Sure, that's all good and well, but in this particular case, a reprint was announced. There's a new product called Legendary 5D's Decks, which will reprint Infinite Impermanence, Seems and Secret Rare, as we'll see Mo Charmy Meows, Chibi Stardust Dragon, and Chibi Yusei Token. So that's pretty cool to see that we're getting like Chibi tokens. That's cool, guys. And then Chibi Stardust, that's crazy. So again, this confirms that the Chibi arts weren't a one-time thing, and they're gonna find ways to sneak these in different reprint products. So again, as you can see here, you get 3 secret rare Chibi tokens, 3 secret rare Chibi arts, 15 ultras, and 135 commons. So again, maybe, I mean, these pictures here are secrets. But maybe because I don't see, it says 15 ultras. So, will these be ultra rares? You guys would know more than me, I would suppose. But at the end of the day, because I'm bad at reading, does it say it here? I ain't gonna read all this. We're Yu-Gi-Oh players, but the whole point, these cards are getting reprinted. They're getting reprints. Me, nothing changes for Imperm. Imperms is just one of those cards that, yes, it could get reprinted to the ground in a way, so supply is everywhere. But the demand is like, Imperm is usually like the biggest staple in Yu-Gi. It's been a battle between Imperms and Ashes since the cards came out. So it's like Ash. Ash got the Feed Ash reprint. The secret rare was $1 and some change, and now it's 250s, pushing 3s. Why? Because it's Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. So we'll see if this is a secret rare reprint or not. Even as an ultra rare, it'll be great to pick these up because this set, who knows how much is going to be open or not. So it'll be behind the paywall. It should still age well. I mean, what could really impact imprint prices would be like, a Rarity Collection 5, where it gets Starlight rares, either alternate art or OG. And then, the alternate art might get reprinted in a bunch of different rarities if they create an alternate art. So that would impact imprint prices more heavily. But just a random one-off holographic that will be reprinted in Legendary 5D's Decks TCG Collector Set, which will be released on November 7th, guys, 2025. So that's another thing. Is many, many months from now. So the same as Meows, now we know that a reprint is coming. But that's many, many months from now. So it's a combination of, just not seeing play, not expected to see much play, plus now a double whammy with the future reprint confirmed. And the real question is, what else can come in this set? That's the real question. What else can get reprinted as part of these 15 ultra rares right here? So we'll discuss that in a bit. But Meows is getting destroyed. It's a $30 card. The walls are here. And now we expect this card to actually maybe even hit the teens, guys. Again, volume is coming in, protecting these lower levels, but the flash crash continues because same deal. It was already a $40 card that it had hit 80 bones. And again, now we have a confirmed reprint inside that product, which is causing that sell pressure to ramp up, to accelerate, to tank these prices hard, as you can see. So pretty interesting. Me, I'd be moving it, take my $100, and move on from it. Not because it can't rebound. It can become a 40 piece, maybe even a 50 piece if it falls into the right meta format. People start picking it up. November is far away. They still need the card. But again, Konami will, wants to reprint this Mo Charmy, and now we got a confirmed reprint. So I'd be moving on from this card. That's just me. Even if it rebounds, whatever, just want to move on. Take your 100, put it into Justice Hunters, and you'll be happy of making that move. You'll be happily living to fight another day. And the quarter centuries, recently they were 220s a pop, and now they're 158s, 160s. Yikes, man. Same deal. This one should retain more value, especially, a couple of months. The reprint is a couple of months out. So, but same deal. I'd have these. I'd be moving them moving on from these, because once that reprint comes, this is the high end. It should retain its value, but I still expect sell pressure to kick in, as we're clearly seeing here with multiple listings in the 160s with play sets here. So, it's time to move from meows, move on from this Mo Charmy. Again, these can rebound from here on out, but eventually that reprint will come, and it should cause some type of sell pressure for this card, as it's already have. Like, clearly, guys, clearly insane to see this. I'm just curious what else comes in here. That's what I'm curious for, but we'll see what happens down the line. We have Mitsubishi Ritual from Suda. Again, this card was recently 20 bones, and we discussed that we were talking on the 6-month chart. Look, I'm gonna draw it again, man. Our class with Jay has been a while since I was drawing on the chart, and I can't take too long because I'm addicted to these charts. Look at that. We literally drew this, guys, here. Essentially, drew this, we literally drew these. It's crazy. Double top. We mentioned the double top formation, and that we expected, this support to be retested right here, more like right there, right? And we did. We were at this level right here, and we said, guys, if this card goes below, I think it was like 26, 27 bucks, and with walls, it'll go back down to 20. And then, it had a rebound. It went back up to 30s. Strong rebound heading into NATS season, but then the rebound couldn't hold. And then we were 20s. We were down here, literally, last time we touched base around this area right here. And that's it, man. Men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie, man. Once that $26, $27 level broke, look what happened. Look what happened. Card is 14, 15 bones. Jay, but it's the fundamentals, and it didn't top NATS, and now we're getting new decks, and everyone's gonna be playing Vanquish, so, and this and that and the third. Sure, that's all good and well. Yeah, we analyze the fundamentals sometimes, and they do impact price. I'm not saying it doesn't, but the charts knew this way before all of this happened, guys. It's crazy. Men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie. We literally, the OGs know, the people that watch every single day know that we were touching base, and we literally drew these lines. Lines aren't perfect. They won't make the cause 100%. It's not about that. It's about probabilities. It's about, is there a higher chance that if X plays out, then Y happens? It's all math. I was bad at math, man. It's all math, man. Math teacher said I would be great one day if I'd applied myself. And I guess it paid off, because your boy knows about charts. And here we are, guys. X and Y, we're ready. Hey, algebra class with Jay. Guys, the whole point is, it's too easy. Now this card is 14, 15 bucks. We have walls of China down here, 90 listings. People are panic selling. Why? Because it's post NATS. People spend hundreds, if not thousands, to go to NATS. Competitive player, you have 2,000-3,000 players. If you see the chart that we showed, the biggest representation was Malice and Mitsubishi. So all these Mitsubishi players, they just mentally, they quit. They take a break. They're like, okay, NATS is over. A month from now, 2 months from now, I'll come back into the new competitive season, and I'll pick up whatever new cards I need, be it if it's, Vanquish Show or Yummies or Draco Tail, whatever it is. We have the post-NATS crash is accelerating, guys. People getting rid of these. Yo, take it from me. I don't need it anymore. This is the post-NATS crash that we've always been talking about and that we've been expecting here as we continue to discuss and cover these cards on the channel. And yeah, man. So, hopefully you ran for them hills once you saw the break of that $26, $27 price. We did talk about this card at 20 bones. And same deal. You know what I mean? So here it is. Mitsubishi Ritual is getting cheap. And of course, the engine can be played, even heading into the future. But the thing is we're in that time, of the triple whammy situation. It's banless implication, right? Like if prayers get hit, or maybe this card gets hit, you got reprint potential. As we see now, multiple Suda cards have gotten reprints, be it in Battles of Legend with Ether Barrel, or now in that new Meows getting reprinted in that new set. So reprint potential, balance implication, and now just post NATS crash, just people selling, getting rid of these decks and be like, I'm just selling this now, getting all my money back, and then I'm gonna put this into Justice Hunter. So again, here we are, man. The crash has taken over the markets, man. tanking these card prices hard. This card was a 30 piece like just like a week or two ago, guys. A 30 piece. Now it's down 50%. People running for them hills, panic selling. And yeah, that's crazy. Same as Amy. No. Murakumo. No. Yes. Maybe. So Mitsuburi. This card is $3. Crazy. The card is 3 bones. You know, recently it was 6 sevens. And now it's free. Free 99 at a $4 clip right there. Over 100 listings. And welcome to the post Nats crash, guys. If you're new this year to the channel, or if you're new into investing and like tracking cards and prices, this happens every single year. We have this moment where post Nats, the best decks, they just crash into oblivion. People selling, taking breaks. I'm taking a month, 2 months off, man. It's summertime. Let me enjoy my family. Let me, I'm in break from school or college or this, that, and the third. Let me, that's it. People take breaks, and it happens every single year. As we can see, these cards are just crashing into oblivion. Crazy to see it pan out. So guys, first link in the description down below. Come over here and fast track each and every single one of these cards that we're talking about today. As you can see, the charts prices are getting destroyed, guys. This is the trend right now for the entire markets. For the most part, of course, there's buyouts going on, people getting ready for Justice Hunters and Vanquish K9 and Yummies and Draco. We understand. But other than that specific, which, a lot of cards that we touched base on yesterday, most of the markets is tanking right now post Nats. So if you want to fast track these cards or purchase any of these other cards that we will be talking about today, if you believe they're at a perfect price for you or at a deal, you want to make sure you click that first link in the description down below and come over here and use this free tool right now. Don't forget, our posting for our 9.75K giveaway will be coming up very, very soon, on Discord. So you don't want to miss out. Loads, drill beams, play sets, guys, and then 1 rising scale, no punk, a starlight, all for 1 lucky winner and 9.75K. You want to be subscribed, guys. You want to be subscribed. You want to give yourself the best shot to succeed and win these cards, guys. And then after the 9.75K giveaway, we're doing our biggest giveaway ever on the channel. It's gonna be insane. So you want to be subscribed, you want to be, ring that bell, you want to like the video on the way in, and we need to get to 9.75K, because after that we have giveaways from not just me but members and play mats from different stores and deck boxes and buying. It's big. It's gonna be a big giveaway, the biggest giveaway on the channel after 9.75K. So make sure you destroy that subscribe button as we get closer and closer to these giveaways. Then we have Dominance Impulse. This secret rare is crashing hard like a rock. It's tanking. It's a 60 piece with major walls of China. Because now, again, people think, Jay, what if, if Meows is in here, then, the Impulse might not just be in the tins, but maybe here as well. Or we don't know where. It might get double reprinted this year, and this secret rare, plus falling out of favor, out of the meta, where people with the yummies are going to be using more purges. And that's why that one's going up to the point where it might be more expensive than impulses pretty soon in the short to midterm, which is crazy. But right now, this card is just flash crashing, guys, hard. So yeah, 180s for play sets, 48 listings right here. After a couple of mini walls, R09, R11, it does go back up to 64, 65s. So, it might have that rebound as people realizing, I needed impulse, man, and now post Nats thankfully is crashing. I can pick them up. But again, if you need this card, you pick it up. Yeah, if you're playing the next month of Yugioh, sure. Not just the next month, maybe 2 months, because the tins come out early September, if I'm not mistaken. So, you still have a good chunk of time to use this card. It's just that most people are probably moving away from it and just building the new decks that don't use this card. So just keep that in mind, man. This card is flash crashing. It was 70s last time we discussed it. Now it's 60s. You don't want this card to be 50s, 40s. Keep it in mind. Again, with the reprint around the corner, it's time to be moving on from this card before it continues flash crashing, especially if it gets reprinted. It came in Rage of the Abyss in this year's tin. So look what I was talking about just a couple of days ago, guys. Just a couple of days ago, look what we were talking about, the entire Fiendsmith package. Again, you don't want this card at between $20 to $30 to go down and be $5, $3, $2, $1. Like, you don't want to see that happen to you. If you have this card, you know, if you have Fiend Smith tracked at 40, 43s, mid 40s, maybe even bumps up to 50s, you move these into that demand before the triple whammy plays out. You don't want to be holding on to these cards just in case. Just in case, you know, regardless, this has had its life cycle already. You don't want to sleep on the fact of leaving the hundreds of dollars on the table for no reason. You probably have multiple Requiems, probably have multiple tracks, and you probably have multiple Lacrimas. We're talking about hundreds of dollars that you can literally convert, recycle into a new Justice Hunter's decor, guys. That's so powerful. That's so powerful. So we see Lacrima here at around 39s, trying to actually spike up above 40s. And that's good. If you have the card, that's good, because you want to sell above 40s if you can. You know, if this does its last hoorah move here into the 40s, you want to take advantage and you move these, man. You move these 3 cards, you see if they get reprinted or if they get banlist hit, you know, and then you reassess from there. But I'd be selling all 3 of these cards and taking, you know, these hundreds of dollars and recycling it into Justice Hunter. Recycling it into Justice Hunters. Recycling your purchasing power. How many times do we talk about that here on the channel? How many times do we mention that phrase? This card, Fiend Smith tracked, it was 44s, 45s, pushing 50s. And now you wake up just a day or two later after NATS, and the card is at, you know, recent local lows. It hasn't even updated. It's a $36 card, and you start to see the walls of China. Pretty soon it'll probably be in the 20s, and then just crash into oblivion. Literally, like we said in that video, we said it. Triple whammy, either getting power crept, either getting reprinted, or either getting banlist hits, guys. When you have a triple whammy of risk, you don't take that risk. You get rid of that risk. You mitigate risk by getting rid of the card. And like we said in that video, it's not because it can't rebound, it can't do this. It's possible, but the risk is too great. There's 3 factors, guys. 3 factors that we discuss of, you know, on this track, Lacrima and Requiem. Look, Lacrima is 28 bones. The card was a 38 piece, pushing 40s just a couple of days ago when we were talking about this card. Heading into the biggest event of the year, we said there's no better time to sell this card. These cards. We literally said it in that video. Can't make this stuff up. Now it's 28s here with the walls. Sure, you're going to get the volume, the people that don't know, they're not aware. The Billy Bobs are like, yo, what's going on, man? I needed Lacrimas finally. They're down $10 for no reason. That is the whole point. If it's down $10 this fast, it has to be a reason. And again, we mentioned the triple whammy, and on top of that, add just the post-NATS markets. You know, just people overall just selling their decks, moving on from these decks. There's people, you know, that trade for these and then get home. They want to sell them immediately, and you see that sell pressure coming in, guys. I mean, the game is too easy. Requiem as well. Look at that now. 1894s. You have massive walls here. You can see the flash crash just occurring, guys. So hopefully you guys, you know, got rid of them. And there's still value. There's still a lot of value in these 3 cards that we just talked about. Play set of tracks, still a hundy. You know, play set of Lacrima, still close to 90s, a hundy. And then a play set of Requiems, you know, is around $50. You know what I mean? You mean what I know? So again, a couple of days ago, we talked about these. These cards are now flash crashing all of a sudden. It's like, you know, we knew it would happen before it did, right? You know, that's how it feels like it, right? Because that's the power of having the crystal ball. I have so much power in my hands, right, guys? It's crazy. Same as Malice cards. Malice Q White Binder CR, Malice Q Red Ransom CR. Again, people were getting rid of these, going up to vendors, selling these left and right. And I get it, you know, to mitigate risk. And I can't blame them. I still think Malice will continue to compete, even, you know, post-Justice Hunters, but the key will be the banlist. I don't think the banlist will like nuke the deck where it's not playable, but it might get some type of hit, guys. It might, because again, Konami doesn't play around. When new decks are coming into the forefront of a new meta, Konami just nukes previous decks. Not to the point where they might like literally not be playable, but where they're not the end all be all. When we go to tournaments, it's not gonna be like Malice you know, most represented deck and this and that. Nah. We're changing to Vanquish Soul K9 in a couple weeks, guys. Things are changing. The meta will change. So there's a lot of panic selling going on. And I can't blame people for getting rid of these. This card was $66, you know, almost pushing 70s late May, and now flash crashing to 17s. And, you know, volume is coming in because people are like, oh, we're going to be playing these still, you know, even post NATS. We expect maybe a hit or two here for the deck, but it should still be playable. And the deck is still broken. We understand. But big picture, there's just a time, unless you're going to keep playing the deck, like post Justice Hunters, like there's a time where you move the old for the new. It's that simple. It's not because the old can't go back up or it can't become money again. You move the old for the new. Me, last week, before NATS, if I had this deck, and even if I was playing it not at NATS, but like in general, I would have been moving it. Me personally, I would have been moving it. I would have been just here. Move the deck and pick up everything I need for the next deck, the next new shiny pieces of cardboard that we want. And then just wait for Justice Hunters to pick up whatever else I'll need. You know, I would have been picking up, if you're playing Vanquish OK9, all the extra deck monsters, and then all the, you know, triple Holly Sues, and just getting ready, not focusing on Malice. Malice's heyday is over. It's just a fact. Oh, Jay, but it could still get, look, in the OCG 12%. That's nothing. It's not the best deck. It's not the second best deck. And most times over then, the OCG is not even the third best deck anymore. And cycling between third and fourth, and that's probably bound to change pretty soon. So again, you move on from the old to the new. You pick up one of the Trinity format cards, decks, Draco Tail, Yummies, and Vanquish OK9. Pick your choosing, and Malice is a thing of the past. Jay, but I love Malice, and okay, if you're playing it and you really love the deck and you're gonna go down with the ship, you're gonna keep playing it even post, I understand. I'm talking about there's people that had these, they're not playing the deck, and they were playing it, but they're moving on to a new deck. Then, you know, it's time, it's about that time. Sure, could we get a rebound from the lows? Because people like, you know, the ban list comes and it doesn't get hit and this and that. Anything is possible. But in general, it's just that time to move on from these cards. Red Ransom, look at that. It was a 40-piece Wings from Wingstop late May, and now it's a $13 card. Shh. I mean, volume is coming in, but I mean, it's rough. It's rough with cards like these. We have Triple Tactics Thrust, QCSR. This card was a 65-piece in May. I guess May was a good time for the markets, guys. But now it's been flash crashing down, over $15 down, sub $50 here with a couple listings, 34 listings. If you want quarter century secret rare thrust, now is the time to pick it up. All the lower ends have been bumping up. You know, the lower end rarities, ultras and supers and secrets, they've been bumping up in price, getting closer and closer to 15s across the board. So what you want to do is that if you want this higher end rarity, yes, we have OTs and we have options, but a lot of people are going to prefer the quarter century. Of course, when we talk about this and most of these cards, they can get a Starlight reprint anytime. Konami has left the window open to reprint any of these staples as Starlights anytime, at any moment. Oh, Rarity Collection 5 announced. Thrust is coming as a Starlight. They know what they're doing. Definitely possible. So when we say you pick these cards up, is if you specifically want this specific rarity, you know, with the stamp, the quarter century secret rare, and you need it in the short to mid term, you're building your deck, this is the version you want to play, then there's no better time in that sense. You know, again, if a Rarity Collection 5, which we expect should be coming later this year, gets announced, then that changes everything. Because that really will be a confirmation of a new Rarity Collection, and that can open the floodgates to previous cards getting, you know, that have quarter century secret rare prints getting, you know, a Starlight, and further prints either as alternate arts or OG arts in that new set. But that's something we discuss if and when that gets confirmed. But in the meantime, with no confirmation, you know, if you need these, anything under or at around 50s is great. Quickly bumps up to 55s and beyond, guys. So no better time to take advantage of this sudden flash crash, as you can see in the charts for this card. Then we have Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. I had no clue this card had crashed down this hard, this strong, this fast. From the Rarity Collection 2, card was a 20-piece recently, and in the last 3 months, it's just crashing down to 1461s, 45 listings, only one of us though, quickly goes back up to 16s, but wow. You know, I guess the Dragon Ruler hype didn't really pan out, and Blue Eyes falling out of favor. You know, when you have that combination, it's just flash crashing down. So if you need the card, you know, the card hit 30s, now it's down 50%. Like if you really need it, not bad to get initial exposure. You know, so crazy to see how this card has continued flash crashing down here. Like, so if you need your one of, not bad, paying 15 bones, you know, is much better than paying 30 pluses a couple of months ago. So yeah, this card is just crashing hard and fast like a rock. We have Draw and Lockbird. QCSR also flash crashing down. The card was pushing 40s, and now volume is coming in at 27s. You know, because people are like, wow, this was 40s, 27s. The walls of China have come in, 50 listings. So again, drills. If you need them, anything sub 30s. If you want this specific rarity, you get them. Pretty interesting to see that, because after that wall, it quickly does go back up to 30s and beyond. So this one is flash crashing. Just wanted to, you know, inform you guys that this was going on with this QCSR. And we have Gorgon of Zilophonia. This card just continues to crash down. Golly. You have 2 here at 650. Then it does quickly go back up to around 8s. You do have a wall around 7, so 82 listings. But yeah, you know, some of these link monsters, they're very niche. They have to, you know, find their way. A lot of people had a lot of hype with regards to this card, and now it's at a new all-time low. At a new all-time low, as we can see right here, guys. And you need your one of. In single digits is not bad. We said if you needed your one of at 20s to pick it up, card has not aged like fine wine. It's dumped down more than 50%. But again, in situations like these, let's say I paid 20 for it because I needed it, right? Came in early, got my one of, right? Now you see this at 6s. Buy these 2 here at 6s. You know, because look, where's that calculator? It's all about math, right? So you paid 20 for one. And let's say you paid 15s for the next 2, right? 15 plus, okay, so that's 35, right? You do 35 divided by 3 copies. And that means your average price was 11 bucks. That's math. That's what I would do. Jay, I listened to you. I ordered it at 20s and now I have my one of that is $6. Okay, buy 2 more. Buy 2 more, man. Just buy 2 more right here. You know, and then your average price for all 3 is 11, 12 bucks, which is not bad. Sure, it's still up 2x from current prices, kind of, but it's much better than if you would have gotten 2 or 3 at 20s, you feel me? So I'm just saying 2 to 3s, maybe you want more. Maybe you buy, you know, 4, 5, 6, who knows, man? But you guys get the gist of it with this card, because 6, 7 bucks for a core set secret rare from Duelist Advance that might see play in the future. Because when cards like these get printed, yeah, sure, they might not be used now, but you never know with Konami, man. You never know. Maybe a month, 2, 3, 6 months down the road, you know, they come out with a deck that takes full advantage of this card. Just something to keep in mind. Then we have Art Mage Academic Arcane Arts Acropolis. This card, wow, we literally said this when it was 28 bucks. We said, sure, could it be a 30 piece short term? Yes. But, you know, 25s in the short term and 20s in the midterms was expected, and it came sooner rather than later. Look, it's a 20 piece with massive walls of China. Guys, we talk about it time and time again. Look at it, guys, I need to, what are we, 27, 28 minutes in? This is chart art class with Jay. Look at that, guys. This happens time and time again. Doesn't matter that we're talking right now about, you know, our mage, the field spell, the core set secret. None of the fundamental matters. Charts, guys. We usually have pre-sale prices up here, right? This is pre-sale prices. We don't do that. We don't buy pre-sales. Why? Because you get this flash, crash, falling knife mode, right? Towards the bottom, right? But usually with cards like these, a lot of hype. Oh, I love art mages, man. This and that and the third. Doesn't matter if it's not meta relevant now. I just want the card. You get that V-shaped recovery with usually an all-time high in volume right here, okay? Paired with a V-shaped recovery spike. This is what we've been calling for the last couple of months now. Let's see, can I spell? Yeah, look at that. Initial. Damn, I can't type with this mouse. Rush. Yeah, look at that. Initial rush. It happens time and time again. Now, some people can say, Jay, but, you know, maybe I bought the bottom and, you know, maybe prices, you have a retracement back down to the mean, but maybe it never hits those lows again. You might be right, but it's hard to time these bottoms, guys. Sure, you're going to get the occasional people in the comments, and it's probably true. Yo, I came in early, man. I saw it at 15s. I thought it was too cheap. Okay. They did what they had to. They got it at the cheapest price possible. It happens. But 90% of people don't catch these lows because you don't know. It was 15s, it could have been 10s as well, just as easily, right? But again, you always have this initial rush for cards like these, and you have this volume candle. Usually there's a top, right? It tops usually right after this massive volume candle, initial rush. Oh my God, I need the card, and then you have the secondary move down, the retracement back down to the mean. So again, you miss the pre-sales because you're smarter than that. You miss the lows because it's hard to get, right? But after the V-shape, then you wait for a retracement back down to the mean. What is the mean, Jay? Again, we're at 20s right here, right? It could continue going down, right? Or maybe it could rebound from here. No one's going to know the future, guys. You use this to give yourself a shot, to play the game of probabilities. That's why you use the charts, guys. And honestly, at a 20 piece, ideally you would want to see it back down here at 15s, double bottom. That is a potential, especially with this wall of China. But let's say you really need this card. I'm thankful I didn't buy it at 30s. Then it's much better to come in now at around 20s than at around 30s, guys. If you waited, patience wins this game. We're still in the midst of this crash, guys. 80 listings. Listings are coming out, increasing here based on supply. So this is the supply way. You have the initial rush and the supply. Stores cranking boxes open to try and find a way to make their money back selling these cards. You see the walls of China, guys. So, the game is truly just that easy sometimes. And here we have another Art Mage card, Art Mage Graflair. This card was like $6. Crazy. Went from $1 to like $6, $7. Insane. And now crashing all the way back down to 237. Why? Because the initial rush is over. Initial rush is over. The initial rush is important though, because it gives us information. Jay, but you missed the low at $1 and this and that. Sure. I don't care about none of that. Sometimes do we catch the lows? Sure. It happens. Do we catch the highs? Sell at the right time? Sure. It's not about that. It's about watching the chart the first couple of weeks. Just watching it. When we say patience wins this game, it literally does. Sure, there's going to be a couple people that bought the lows. Good. It's not the norm. Most people buy in between. So you just wait. You see this check mark recovery, then the flash crash, and you wait for what? For consolidation. I don't care if I'm paying a 2x premium buying consolidation after the first initial rush move, because I'm buying with information. When these moves are happening, no one knows at the time, and that is the key. It's easy to hindsight is 2020 to look back. Oh my God, I should have bought at $1 because most people talk after the move happens. But again, once this curves into consolidation, I'm gonna be picking these up because this initial rush tells me all I need to know. It tells me that there will be demand for this deck, especially because I believe this is not the only wave of support, guys. So hopefully the fuel spell continues crashing down. Hopefully this card and other Art Mage cards continue crashing down so that we can pick this deck core up. It's rare when I want to pick a full deck core up, but I literally want to build this deck and have it there, not for me to play, but to move the deck in the future once it goes up as a whole, guys. So, if you need it to play, you're like, I just need it, then 2s is much better than 7s. So I understand that, but I'm gonna continue watching these major walls of China and see if the sell pressure can bring the card down even below 237s into the 1s so that we can eat good in the future. Then we have Sky Striker Special Maneuver. This card, Lemon's Gate, is crashing down. Card recently was 3 to 330s. Now it's flash crash. I mean, you only got 4 there at 2 bones, but yeah, the walls are at 324s, 94 listings. So listings continue to go up. We'll see. That's a deal, I guess. 2s compared to 3s, but it might come down here with the walls in the next week or two. This card is still new. Sky Striker really not doing much, even with the new support. So, we expect these cards to continue going down in price. Just wanted to report, give you guys that report on that one. And here we have Dark Magician Girl, the Magician's Apprentice. Again, this card, it just continues to consolidate, but we always knew it would be single digits, guys. When we say patience wins this game, literally, people were paying crazy prices when this first came out, and now we've consolidated all the way down to single digits. So now, again, as you see these walls, if you need this card, now's the time. Maybe $25 for a playset in person would not be bad to pick up this card, because we don't know if and when it's getting reprinted. The card just came out in our previous core set, and this is a fan favorite card. So yeah, I mean, if you want it, no better time to pick it up, literally at all-time lows right now. Not to say that these lows can't go necessarily a bit lower, sure, but much better to get it at around single digits here than paying 12, 13s, 15s as the card's price was, you know, almost 3 months ago. We have Fire King Courtier Okanix. This card continues to make new local lows here. And again, guys, take your 50 bones and run for them hills. If you have 3 of these in your binder, maybe 2, maybe 1, however many amount, just take these and run for them hills. Rage of the Abyss, we expect a reprint in this year's tins for this card, and it's just not seeing any play, not expected to see any play even as the meta format shifts. Then we have Divine Golden Shadow Dragon. This card, again, as Mitsubuti is crashing down and people are moving, you know, onto Vanquish Soul Canine and getting ready for the new deck, the best deck in town. People get rid of these extra deck pieces to pick up the other extra deck pieces that they need. So from Maze of the Master, the card was 660s. That's crazy. I had like 15 of these, and I got rid of all of them between 5 and 6s. So life was good, because now this card is 333s. Major walls are at 350s, and it does quickly go back up to 4s. But again, big picture, this card has broken all key support levels right here, and it's had, you know, its best days in the past. And yeah, we don't know if and when it'll get a reprint. You know, came in Maze of the Master, but utility wise, fundamentally speaking, you know, this card will continue falling out of favor. So, you know, between 3 to 4s, I'd be moving on from this and recycling that purchasing power. Guys, link in the description down below. Come over here and get your free $15 off Discord if you want to participate in the giveaway, and X as well for our future X giveaways. Don't miss out. None of this content is official financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only. So if you're getting entertained, make sure you subscribe, you ring that bell, you like the video, guys, as we continue to grow. And it's all thanks to you. Yeah, man, you guys are amazing, each and every single one of you guys. Then we have Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. QCSR is 15 bones, man. Wow, we were saying, you know, at a 20 piece, it should be good for the long term. So again, if you get a $5 dump, it makes it even better, because you have just a couple here, and then it quickly goes back up to 17s, 71 listings. So again, this card, not expected to see play anytime soon. We get it, but it is a Ghost Girl. It is Ghost Ogre. It does cycle in and out of meta formats, even if sometimes it does take a while to do so. But when it does, this card will be money. So, like, I could see this $15 card one day being 30 pluses. Yeah, it cycles back in, sure, maybe even a 40 to 50 piece. So again, with that long-term mindset, if you don't mind holding on to a card and just getting exposure to it, then around a 50 piece post-tax, not bad, guys, not bad at all. To get this card, it's never been better. Literally consolidating at new all-time lows. Not bad, man, not bad at all. We have Mass Change. Everyone forgot about this card. Everyone forgot about the new hero support coming out later this year. The card was a 50 piece with actually Billy Bob buying it at around 80s, and the card came all the way back down to the scene of the crime, even a tad bit lower, guys, because this is a 30 piece. So 55 listings, $100 post-tax. You come over here, you get exposure to this quarter century that could go back up to a 50 piece just off hero hype, guys. So don't sleep on it. Most people forgot about this, but once that hero hype is just around the corner, I expect these to bump up back up to 40s at the bare bones minimum. So, you know, one to keep in mind. I have a bunch of platinum secrets just put to the side, because you know me, I'm a penny stonker. But if you're into the mid stonks, the higher end, then this is your play right here. Before that hero support eventually comes out, you take advantage of these massive crashes and you buy near the previous lows. Then we have Metatronus, card just cracking into the single digi mark, flash crashing here, just tanking in price. I mean, it's just a one-off, does go back up to 10s and eventually 1050s to 11s, but there's been a multitude of sales in the 9s, even in the 8s and 7s. Crazy, guys. So again, if you continue to see these deals, anything under double digis should be good in the single digi mark for this quarter century secret rare from Stampede. Then we have Black Metal Dragon, again another Stampede card. Stampede continues to flash crash, guys, especially now post NATS. Card is $79.54, 71 listings. So again, single digits for this one, a card that was 1350s pushing 15s not too long ago, and now it's made a new all-time low. So again, at single digits, this one should age well into the future. once it dries up. A lot of people really like Red Eyes, really like this card. So just wanted to keep on your radar. Then we have Tidal Dragon Ruler of Waterfalls. It's crazy, guys, how the Dragon Ruler hype has just vanished. Card was 27 bones at one point. You wake up today and it's essentially $7 to $8. $20 down a pop, guys. Insanity. This card, you know, it had lower prices when it first came out, but wow, what a crash. Just breaking all key levels, guys. And the card is 8 bones, so yeesh. At this point, 67 listings. Just wanted to let you guys know that these Dragon Ruler QCSRs demolished, man. Tanking, extremely hard in price. We have a Hero Lives. I actually picked 2 more of these up at Nationals. You know, I was like, oh, these are 8s, man. $8, $9, throw them in there. Pick 2 up, you know, so now I have a playset as an investment because the card recently was 13s. Pushing 13s, flash crashed down to 8 9s. So I picked up 2 more. 2 more. I have a playset literally as a beautiful investment because that is all one-ofs in page 1, man. All one-ofs. Look at that. If you want a playset from one seller, excuse me, guys, look, you have to pay 15s. Crazy. So again, don't get it twisted. Sure, you can come in here and buy a couple of one-ofs and get your playset that way. We understand, but 53 listings. It's a hero card. It's one of the most iconic hero cards. It's a Hero Lives. Don't take this quarter century secret rare for granted. That's all I'm gonna say. That is all I'm gonna say. Don't take this for granted. $8, $9, single digits. You get this now. You get this now. That's all I'm gonna say. Free money down the line. Free 99. We've seen it happen so many times in the past. So many other times in the past. It's too easy. Time and time again. Every time there's hero support, you know, the OT used to go crazy. Now we have a quarter century. This will follow, man. This will follow, so don't sleep on it. Pot of Desires at $10, $11. Crazy, making a new 3-month low right here at 10.95s. But the 7 walls are at 13. So if you need Pot of Desires quarter century secret rare, like, not bad to pick it up now. I mean, the lows were 870s. Right now we're at 10.95s. I mean, you know, if you really need it, sure. Could it go back down into the single digit mark? It can, but don't sleep on it, man. 11 bones, not bad if you really need it. You know, because it quickly does go back up to 13, 14 bones at the bottom of the page for a card that was 28 pushing 30s late last year. So don't sleep on Pop quarter century. Harpy's Feather Storm, banless, panic selling, causing this panic selling here from 22 to 9s. Just wanted to keep you guys informed. Banless didn't come when people thought, but it still should be looming around the corner. So, yeah, I mean, at this stage and age, you know, I'd be moving the value inside this card into something from Justice Hunters. We have LZ of the White Forest. Again, this card was a 40 piece and then it's never looked back. Crashing down to 15s, guys. You know, and then with a reprint looming over it, this card could be single digits in no time. So if you still have LZs, you still have around $50, you know, around there, give or take, move that. $50 goes far in Justice Hunters, man. Boxes were 65s. You know, so imagine you can trade a play set of these or 4 of these for I mean, it's no longer Justice Hunters. What are those boxes? I'm curious now. Let's see. These boxes are still 75s. Yeah, still 75. So, and volume is coming in. So, you know, cards, old cards like LZs and things like that, you want to be recycling into these boxes, man. Because what's coming in here, everyone's gonna want it, everyone's gonna need it. You know, like, game is so easy, man. Like, just literally one of my most important phrases of my channel in its history is recycle your purchasing power. Literally, guys. And we can do this time and time and time again. Format change after meta relevant, format change after format change. Meta always is shifting, it's always morphing, it's always changing. We recycle our purchasing power. We have Regenesis, a new Regenesis card got announced today, but it's not affecting the price because it's come as low as single digits. People continue to panic sell this card that was 15s forever, consolidating, and then now it's single digits here. You know, with people coming in and getting a multitude of sales, you know, even under 9s, guys. So 61 listings, you might see a little bump up due to the new Regenesis card announcement. You know, I don't know if it's good or bad, but still, this card is at all-time lows, and it continues to crash. We have Cosmic Cyclone, OTs at 29s. There's no better time to pick up this card. I really wanted this card, but I didn't see it at NATS. Just a hundy for a playset, 25 listings, so it's still, listings are low. You do have a 6-1 and RO9, but again, no better time now, not because it's going to see play soon, but because when it does see play, this card could be $100 a pop. So, it's more like a long-term play. It's just more like a staple-ish OTS OT from OTS Pack 7, so it's scarce. So, if you have to spare $100, you want to pick up Cyclones, you do have the quarter centuries, obviously, but, this is the one that I want. Hopefully, I can pick these up. I'll try and go for these at the Orlando Regional. That's when we'll try and pull the trigger if we can find these. But yeah, just a good long-term play. Card that was 65s a year ago. Now it's down over 50%. So I want to take advantage of when it goes back up there, because it eventually will. It will. It's just, with these staples, it's always just a matter of time. We have Firewall Dragon, Ultimate Rare. This card was 15s and just flash crash into 11s. 25 listings. So listings are still low. You see a lot of 1-ofs here. 5-ofs are at 14, so that's a key point. But single digis would be the play for this OTS Pack OT here that continues just to go down in price and falling out of favor, as eventually Malice will fall out of favor as well. Speedroid Terratop QCSR card was $4 or $5, and now is, look at that, man. It's 4 here at $1.70, and the walls are at $1.80. So 5 is some change for a playset. 6 maybe post tax. Not bad to get a playset of this quarter century secret rare. And it was 5s for a reason. This card always, fluctuates, goes up and down, cycles in, rank 3s and Goblin Bikers or this or that. And then the next rank 3 deck will be coming down the line. It always happens. And when it does, this card will spike up strong. So you take advantage of the flash crashes. We have Diabels, the original Sin Keeper, getting destroyed. From Legacy of Destruction, we expect this card to get a 10 reprint. And the card was 775s literally when we were last talking about it. Saying, yes, it was double digis at 11s, crashed down to 7s. I would still move it, because you don't want to be down 50%. And now the card is down essentially 50% here. So, it's rough. But still, you move on from cards like these that are not seeing play. No one really cares about them anymore. And most likely they'll get a reprint soon. So there you go. Millennium Ankh is flash crashing down. It was 13s and now it's $6. Over a 50% dump, 69 listings right here. Just, coming right back down to this key level. It always spikes up and then comes right back down to $6, $7, $8. And it just did the same thing again. It's crazy. But this card is getting a reprint soon, most likely in the 10. So I'd just be moving. If you have a playset, take your $20 and live to fight another day. We have Destiny Hero Destroyer, Phoenix Enforcer. This card recently was 638s and this flash crashing here into the $3, $4. But anything sub 5 should age well unless it gets a reprint soon, which is possible, guys. Reprints are possible at any moment. But again, with the hero support coming down the line, it'll probably get reprinted by them. But if you just want exposure, you want to throw your $5 at this card just to own it, just in case, so you can be ready for that future support. We have Millennium Eyes Restrict. This card used to be $5, $6. Flash crashing down. You see the volume is coming in at $2 to $3 mark. There's a couple 1-ofs, and then the card does go back up to those levels. So, if you needed this card, it was readily available between 2 to 3s, and there's still a couple down here. Not bad. 33 listings. This card needs another reprint. I mean, it's still cheap, nothing too crazy, but these are just hard to get. So if you need your Millennium's Eyes Restrict, anything under 5s should age very, very well. Duality here. This card from Battles of Legend Monsters Revenge is like 2 years old, I think. Never saw play, never did anything. I mean, it is one of those quick plays that under the right circumstances just seems broken. But the card has been broken down and price is tanking from $8, making all-time lows at 3s, guys. 338s with massive walls of China. Insane. 75 listings here. 338s, guys, as we can see. And yeah. I mean, wow. This card was always 7, 8s, 10s, but now it's $3. $10 a playset. We just don't know if and when it's getting reprinted or if and when it'll see play, but I just still wanted to report that for you guys. We have Jirac Meteor, the Starlight Rare, guys. Wow. Crashing down into the single digi mark. Let's see here. No. Or it tried to crash down into the single digi mark. but it's been getting sales at around 11 bucks on average. So yes, this card was recently 17s, then 13, 14s, and now 11s. And we'll see if it goes down to single digits, 44 listings. Yeah, I mean, if this card goes into single digits, I might want to build Jirax. I might just blow up people's fields. I like just random decks like that. Especially I played against it, and it was so easy for them to make this card and to blow up the field all the time. So we'll see. And the cards just came out in Battles of Legend Monster Mayhem. So if I see single digits, I might pick this up. So we'll see. Not bad at all. Just if you love dinos and things of that nature, there you go. We have Primite Dragon Ether Berzelius. This one was 72s, crashed to 58s, and now it's kept going down to 43s, but really we're at under 40s in the high 30s right here. 62 listings, and this card just continue making all-time lows. So yeah, I mean, Primite players are gonna love this. I still think 40s is too expensive, honestly. Maybe into the 20s, then we can, you know what I mean? But no consolidation as of yet, so I would continue monitoring this one. And then we have the Gaga girl and the Gaga girl. We have the alternate art for the monster, and then we have the XZ Starlight Rare, both Starlight Rares from Duelist Advance. And the XZs used to be a 60 piece, now it's a 30 piece, down 50% from those day one prices. And then you have the alternate art here that used to be a 65 piece and down to 25s here, guys. So these cards are getting destroyed. So for the XZs, maybe a 20 piece would be ideal. No consolidation as of yet. And then for these, maybe 15s for the alternate art. This looks fire. Artwork wise with the colors, man, hope this is single digits one day so I can just pick it up just cause, but we'll see what happens down the line. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed this one. Just the markets post NATS, they always crash every single time, every single year. And we covered that here for you guys today. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you subscribe, ring that bell, like the video on the way out. It really does help out the channel. Make sure you share this in one place in the group chat with some friends as we continue to grow to first to 9.75K for our giveaway, and eventually to that dreadful 10K that we've been chasing for years, man. Close to 3 years, man. We're going to continue to grind until we make it, man. And it's all thanks to you guys. Guys, stay tuned for our live stream tomorrow, man. I'm excited for that one. It's gonna be fun. Because last week it was crazy with NATS week and everything. So look forward to our live stream tomorrow. Guys, thank you so much for your time, for your support, for your attention. Stay fresh.